今天是2022年7月16号，星期六。华盛顿 DC 天气不是很好，现在正下着雨。回归1776车队今天已经进入他们第11天抗争，进驻华盛顿 DC 的第11天抗争。当然，他们在这里吃了好多票子，停车在这里，因为警察。DC 的警察当然不希望他们待在这里。街头传道人 Steve。下着雨还是有很多游客啊。他在这个 National Mall 上拿着喇叭在宣讲他们的抗争。
Our founding fathers adopted a government granted to we the people. Our founding fathers granted we the people ultimate power and control.
举着旗帜的年轻人也是他们车队的一位。
We have control over them. We have control over them. They work for us. We should never fear our federal government. We should never fear our state or local governments. They work for us. If you are in fear or insecurity about your government, then you should be standing out here with us. And I know many people are in fear about their government, that they will investigate them and mess up their lives if they hold an American flag. Now the flag, holding an American flag, is almost considered domestic terrorism by this present federal government, by the Department of Justice. They almost consider patriots who carry an American flag, they call us domestic terrorists. I would like to say who the real domestic terrorists are. As far as I'm concerned, personally, they are most in the federal government. If anybody's a domestic terrorist, you are. Not patriots standing for our freedom, not patriots standing for our Constitution, not patriots who stand for God Almighty. We're not the ones who are domestic terrorists. We're not the ones who are destroying America at the stroke of a pen. You are accountable, Congress of these United States. You are accountable, presidency and administration of these United States. You are accountable, mass media of these United States. You are accountable, schoolyards across America, indoctrinating our children against our freedom, indoctrinating our children against our country, indoctrinating our children against our Constitution. How many of you kids know the Constitution? How many of you kids know the Bill of Rights? They have stolen your freedom from you. And now they're going to make you slaves if you don't break the brainwash over your bodies, minds, and souls. You have been brainwashed and indoctrinated for 30, 40, 50 years. We old folks have seen it decade after decade. The eroding of our country. The eroding of our country by these elitist, leftist, Marxist, communists who could care less for you. The federal government has grossly and frequently superseded the authority granted to the states and to the local governments. The federal government has routinely ignored and trod upon our unalienable rights such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The federal government has failed miserably to protect our borders and has compromised our national security. The federal government has allowed, even caused, outrageous financial burdens upon the backs of most American people by their policies of energy, such as the Keystone Pipeline and denying leases of federal land. They are starving the middle class and poor people of this nation. They want to starve you so you become dependent upon them. They want to emotionally wear you down so you become dependent upon them. And then they'll take you over. If you don't stand for your Constitution and your Bill of Rights, this government is so inept, they will next take you over. The American people in the millions need to stand up like never before for your freedom, for your liberty, for your justice for all, for your Constitution. How many of you know the Constitution? I never hear an answer to that because most of you are guilty because you don't know it. The federal freedom. How can you walk Washington, D.C. and not be proud that somebody's standing for your freedom? Proud that somebody's willing to stand for your nation. There are many groups across this nation now giving up their lives, giving up their monies and energy to stand for you and your kids' freedom. That's what we care about. We can care less about your race or your sex. We love our freedom. And that's the sacred, most sacred thing you've had stolen from you. Besides God Almighty Himself. You've had that stolen away. You've lost the spirit of life. So now your government is taken over by them. Your government is taking you over because you're allowing it to occur. The federal government has allowed large outrageous financial burden on the American people. Less than 2 years ago, we were completely energy independent 2 years ago. Now we're so dependent upon oil companies all over the world, they can strangle us to nothing in a second. This present federal government is accountable for giving away your sovereignty, for giving away your rights, for ultimately giving away your freedom. The
在这
Department
个
of Education,
自然环境里头，
help us.
还戴着口罩。
The Department of Education has neglected to respect parental rights.
你已经被
They
抓
have
的亏的。
indoctrinated our children with critical race theory and LGBTQ propaganda and instruction. I could care less if you're gay or if you're gotta be a transvestite. I feel sorry for you, but you have the right to be that in America. Just like I have a right to be an old white guy with a beard talking about freedom. You have a right to stand here in America. You have a right to address your federal government, your state government, and your community governments about your redress of a petition of grievances. That's what this is. It's our petition of grievances against this way out of line, inappropriate federal government. They've been doing it to us for years. We, the people, will not tolerate it any longer. They've been sucking away our freedoms for years. We will not tolerate it any longer. We will stand for this Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and the Bill of Rights as God Almighty is my witness. We will not tolerate a federal government or any government taking away our freedom. We, the people, are speaking now more than ever before across this nation. The middle income and the lower income are going to stand up against you rich elitist fools. You rich elitist people allowing our country to be taken down because you're so fat and sassy and comfortable. Well, many U.S. citizens are not sassy and comfortable. They're trying to work through every day so they can pay their bills. Most Americans, where I come from, they're trying to deal with millions of illegal aliens rushing across our border. How long are we going to allow that in America? Millions of poor people don't even ever know them or see them rushing across our border. This government's accountable to that. They will be held accountable by the American people in 222, 24, and beyond. We need to rescue this government. We need to save it. We need to save this country from obvious tyranny coming our way. We need to stand up now. You wait much longer, you won't have a chance to do what I'm doing right here. They'll take every right you have away. They already are. They're eroding your rights on a daily basis. Our federal government has at times superseded our national sovereignty to foreign powers like China. To foreign powers, and is proposing to give ultimate authority of our country and our health issues over to the WHO. And that's not the band, the WHO. That's the World Health Organization. This present administration is willing to give away your sovereignty to world government bodies. You need to look into that. If you give yourself away to world government bodies, you give away your freedom. You give away your Constitution. Because our Constitution doesn't allow our country to be given away. We are pulled to this Constitution. It is our bedrock of our freedom. It is the lifeline of our freedom. How can our children not all know the Constitution of these United States? The federal government is implicit, is guilty of not teaching, allowing the Constitution to be taught in the public schools. Why? Because they don't want us to know the Constitution. You young people got to figure out, they're trying to trick you. They're trying to trick you into one world system. It will be ugly. You will become slaves of a one world government. That's what the leftists and some of the rightists want to do. Republican and Democrat. They're coming together to take control over you. They're coming together to take away your Constitution. They're coming together to take away your Bill of Rights. We the people need to stand up more than ever before. We implore you. We stand here for freedom and liberty and justice for all. That's all we care about. If we don't have our freedom, we don't have nothing.
感谢主哈，这个车队的这些抗争的这些司机们，今天是在这里是第11天了，他们一直坚持抗争，一直在呼吁。虽然我们看起来好像没有很多人在这个边上听他们讲，但是他们这个行动一直坚持下去，我相信神会借着他们唤醒更多的人。起码现在我们看到呢，有很多的，就是以前的车队的司机们开始知道他们的消息，开始慢慢的往这个华盛顿 DC 来了。所以求神祝福他们，与他们同在，让他们真的唤醒美国人起来，不要放弃自己的权利，不要违背宪法，放弃宪法。好，谢谢大家。